complexity paperwork is there. We have seen so many methods of performance appraisal, whether rating method, graphic method, post distribution method, or bars, or 360 degrees. Lot of paperwork is there, and it is owned by the HR department alone. And we have a performance management cycle. So what is this performance management cycle? It follows the plan, act, monitor, review sequences, which has been given by Armstrong and Barron in the year 2007. So planning is nothing but agreeing to the objectives and the competencies requirements, and producing the performance agreements and performance improvements and personal development plans. So here you have to plan everything. I mean, you need to set the objectives, you need to have the performance targets, and what are the criteria you're seeing for the personal development plans. And then acting. Okay, you have to carry the activities required to achieve the objectives and plans. And apart from that, you have to monitor. You need to see whether this progress is achieved or not. And then review. You need to assess whether 1, 2, 3 have gone in the same process as defined, or it is not that. Okay. So it can be a sequence which is followed. You define the performance. What is the role definition? What kind of a role you are trying to define? Okay. So it can be the role definitions. What are the key results? What are the key competencies which are required for the successful performance are defined. Performance agreement, that is, what are the established expectations of the individual in the performance. It can be employees or it can be teams. So you try to assess them based on goals, measures, and the various assessments. So generally the goals are very specific, challenging, and the goals are always measurable. Okay. Based on these goals, you try to assess and see that whether they have been attained or not. Performance improvement plan. So whenever the performances are not actual, I mean, you try to frame out what are the ways to improve the performances of the employees, and you also give them the personal development plans, how they can develop. So the personal development plans are also given so that they can increase their performance levels. And act or facilitate the performances. Like, you need to remove the roadblocks whenever the performance management is there. If any deviations are there, if any delays are there, if anything which is not suitable in that criteria, those have to be removed. And you need to provide the resources. It can be capital resources, it can be material resources or human resources. Whatever the resources which are to be required, those have to be provided, and then only the performance can be assessed. And you need to select the employees very carefully, like who can be the part of this performance facilitation. Okay. And then you need to monitor continuously. You need to provide feedback on the performance throughout the year. It can be the plans or objectives or performance measures or whatever it is. You need to monitor and give me the feedback. You have to review the performances. You need to give the feedback, and then based on the evaluations, whatever the appraisal of the performance is there, that has to be provided to the employees. So to encourage the performances, there should be a very clear communication. The voice, that is, you need to collect the employee preferences. Yes. Employee preferences. And this can be collected through surveys and interviews. And there should be consistency. I mean, there should be some kind of continuity whenever you are taking this information, and rewards are there. And these should be relevant. I mean, include rewards that are really where the employees care about. Dry rewards should be avoided. And the reward should be given with specific time. Okay, in the specific timelines, the reward has to be given. So here I stop. We'll continue with the same in tomorrow's session. Right? Thank you.